Hey guys, have you ever thought about how kids can change their parents' lives forever? My name is Knox, and in this video, you'll learn about incredible cases where little heroes took fate into their own hands and put their abusive parents in their place. These stories will show how children, despite all the difficulties, found the strength to ask for help, and justice prevailed. Are you ready to be amazed at how brave and determined children can be? Let's go. This is going to be a real lesson in courage. On the morning of January 14th, 2018, while the suburb of Paris in California, USA, was still asleep, a window in one of the houses with a brown facade and stone trim slowly opened. The 17-year-old girl carefully made her way outside. At 5:53 a.m., she called 911 using a disconnected cell phone. This call was the culmination of a carefully thought-out escape plan that the girl had been working on with her siblings for over 2 years. When she started talking to the operator, her message was shocking. For more than 2 years, when she started talking to the operator, her message was stunning. She and the other kids were held captive by their parents, with some of them even chained up. The police officers who arrived at the scene were shocked by the girl's condition and the horrific circumstances they found inside the house. 3 of the kids were handcuffed, while the others were crammed into small, stuffy rooms that they found inside the house. 3 of the kids were handcuffed, while the others were crammed into small, stuffy rooms. The ages of the victims ranged from 2 to 29 years old. The house was extremely filthy, and the conditions there were just nightmarish, said Captain Greg Fellows of the Riverside County Sheriff's Department at a press conference. Imagine being 17 years old but looking like a 10-year-old kid. You're kept in chains and constantly starved. This is real torture. The parents of the children, 56-year-old David Turpin and his 49-year-old wife Louise Turpin, were arrested and charged in torture for the cruel treatment of minors and adults, as well as for unlawful imprisonment. In addition, David was charged with inappropriate behavior toward a child. Both parents pleaded not guilty to all charges and remained out on bail set at $12 million. According to statements from authorities, the abuse of the children included denial of food, living in unsanitary conditions, use of restraints, choking, and physical punishment. Prosecutors claim that the kids could be punished even for minor offenses, such as washing hands above the wrists. A shocking case. The incident that led to the man's imprisonment happened on June 11, 2020, in Novosibirsk. According to official information, the convicted man lived with his wife, who gave birth to 2 children for him, a son and a daughter. He worked as a taxi driver and often drank alcohol. In a drunken state, the man beat his wife, which led to him facing revenge. On that fateful day, the inmate got really drunk again. While the father was lying on the couch, his grown son undressed, approached him, and started to show inappropriate behavior. The boy's mother recorded all of this on camera. Later, she called the police and reported the harassment, providing a recording of the incident. The boy agreed with his mother about the relationship. He said the man showed a video before making advances. The teenager claimed that before the actions began, the man showed him explicit content, a graphic video, and then he started to make advances. A criminal case was opened in connection with this matter. The suspect was arrested and later sentenced to 14 years in a high-security prison. The man's lawyer explained that in court, the young man changed his testimony and claimed that he wanted to get back at his father for beating his mother. However, those words were not taken into account, and the Novosibirsk man was sent to prison. I wanted to get back at him for Mom. I felt sorry to see her crying. It was hard. I could say anything, even that he did something to someone. But that's all a lie, said the inmate's son in court. Immediately after the trial, the lawyer noted that he was preparing a cassation appeal to the court. The third instance. He hopes that his client will be released soon. However, it's unclear if he succeeded. At the end of March 2024, a tragedy occurred in Houston, USA. In one of the houses, the body of 16-year-old Nelly Perez was found on East 32nd Street. According to the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences, the girl's death was ruled a homicide. The police immediately started investigating the case. When they found the body, the deceased was only wearing a diaper. The rest of the clothing was stained. The autopsy results showed that the cause of death was stab wounds to the genital area. It was also determined that before her death, the girl suffered from malnutrition and dehydration. Almost 9 months later, on December 30th, 2024, 48-year-old Tracy Gonzalez was arrested on suspicion of committing this crime. She was charged with causing serious bodily injury to a person with disabilities, which led to the death of Nelly Perez. Under the personal surety and bond order, Gonzalez was awarded custody of Perez and disability payments for the girl. Perez's math and reading skills were those of a first grader. Gonzalez did not reach out to authorities about Perez's declining condition, fearing she would lose custody of the child. She admitted to using physical punishment, using a belt. The woman claimed that she closed her eyes and didn't realize where she was hitting the girl. According to the ruling, Gonzalez intentionally caused serious bodily injury to Perez. This resulted in the teenager being deprived of a sufficient amount of fluids, food, and nutrition, as well as a lack of proper medical care and supervision. The neighbors were shocked by the arrest. Gonzalez, neighbor Frank Rodriguez, said that Perez had learning difficulties and was diagnosed with autism. Medical records show that in February 2022, Nelly Perez weighed 40 pounds. Autism. Medical records show that Nelly Perez was 40 pounds heavier in February 2022, more than at the time of her death. In Sochi, law enforcement detained a couple who drew attention with their strange behavior. It turned out that the 35-year-old man and his 27-year-old wife were living in a tent in the woods. When they were arrested, authorities found drugs on them. It turned out that the 35-year-old man and his 27-year-old wife were living in a tent in the woods. During the arrest, they found drugs on them. A grayish-green plant-based substance was found, along with a device for using drugs with combustion products. Inside, it was dark brown. The couple's 2-month-old daughter was taken to the hospital for examination. It was dark brown inside. The couple's 2-month-old daughter was taken to the hospital for examination. Right now, her life is not in danger. The police wanted to take the girl's parents to the station, but they refused to comply and tried to resist. As a result, both of them were issued citations for disobeying lawful orders from the police. The court sentenced them to 10 days of administrative arrest. During the inspection conducted by law enforcement, after it appeared on social media, the video showing a man holding a child by the leg and swinging him around has revealed details of the incident. The video caught the public's attention. August 15, 2020. The police quickly responded to the incident and started an investigation. The grieving parents arrived in Sochi at the beginning of the year, and in June they had a baby, 22. In July 2024, a court in Kamchatka made a ruling against parents who neglected their daughter's health. Because of their negligence, their 3-year-old child faced serious medical issues. In the Karajinsky district, the parents of the little girl were aware that she had a congenital heart defect. Due to their negligence, the 3-year-old child faced serious medical issues. In the Karajinsky district, the parents of the little girl were aware that she had a congenital heart defect, requiring special care and treatment. Despite this, they ignored the recommendations of medical professionals, skipping important checkups and failing to provide the necessary medication for the child. The parents' inaction led to complications from heart failure. The girl had issues that caused a delay in her physical development. In response to this situation, the prosecutor of the Karajinsky district initiated legal proceedings. The court granted the prosecutor's claim. The biological parents have been ordered to pay compensation for the moral damage caused, amounting to about $2,000. In addition, they were sentenced to 200 hours of community service. As added by the prosecutor's office, the parents have been stripped of their parental rights, and the girl is now living with a foster family. The family of vloggers from the channel Daddy of 5, known for their pranks and tricks on their kids, has been charged with child abuse and neglect. The investigation revealed that Mike and Heather Martin, from November 2016 to April 2017, were cruel to 2 of their 5 foster children, filming provocative videos for YouTube. They were cruel to 2 of their 5 foster children, filming provocative videos for YouTube. One of the most scandalous videos shows a game of bottle flip, where the loser is threatened with a punch to the face. When the girl lost the game, her foster brother slapped her hard, and the head of the family actively encouraged this behavior while watching through the camera lens. After widespread public outrage, the family deleted all the controversial videos and released an apology video, watching what was happening through the camera lens. After widespread public outrage, the family deleted all the controversial videos and released an apology video. After losing custody of Cody and Emma, Heather and Mike received 5 years of probation with mandatory supervision, a $5,000 fine, along with a ban on filming their kids for views. The channel, Daddy of 5 on YouTube, has been shut down. By 2024, Mike resumed his activity on YouTube under the name The Martin Family. On August 11, 2001, a woman who left her 4 young children at home to go on vacation in Tenerife received a 2-year suspended sentence. Amanda Woods entrusted the care of her 2 sons and daughters, the youngest of whom was only 3 years old, to her 16-year-old sister. This only came to light after a fire broke out in the house and the children had to be evacuated. To her 16-year-old sister. This only came to light after a fire broke out in the house and the children had to be evacuated. Judge David Hale told Amanda Woods that she avoided prison time because the children were not harmed. He emphasized that her behavior was wrong. It was because the children were not harmed. He emphasized that your behavior was selfish. From ages 3 to 9, it was incredibly selfish. They showed insufficient attention to their actual needs. I'm worried that you still don't realize the seriousness of what you've done, which is essentially a form of neglect. When Miss Woods was leaving the Royal Court building in Warrington, UK, she didn't look remorseful. Her lawyer, Amanda Woods, said, "She's disappointed with the court's decision. She is confident that she provided proper care for the kids. She is concerned about the public perception that the children were left in the care of her sister alone. In reality, they were being watched by 2 grandmothers, 2 grandfathers, 2 regular nannies, and her sister. Next week, we plan to file an appeal." Miss Woods went on vacation in January 2000 after winning the national lottery. Amounts of £250. Her absence was only discovered after some vandals set fire to an old couch next to the family home in Warrington. The Cheshire County firefighters had to rescue the children. During the investigation, the children were in the care of their paternal grandparents and were being treated for smoke inhalation. In St. Petersburg, a child saved his mother's life by calling the police less than an hour before the new year, when the father was trying to choke the woman right in front of their son. The call to the dispatch center came in on December 31, 2024, at 11 p.m. The child told law enforcement that his father was beating his mother, hitting her in the head. As a result of the quick response, it was found that a conflict had arisen between the woman and her husband, during which the man struck her several hard blows to the head. The victim was urgently hospitalized. Doctors diagnosed her with a broken lower jaw and laryngeal cartilage, as well as a closed head injury. The woman had signs of strangulation on her neck, and the medical staff assessed her condition as serious. A criminal case was opened in connection with the incident under the article Intentional Infliction of Serious Bodily Harm Using Objects as Weapons. The woman's husband was arrested. This happened on Orthodox Christmas. The woman's husband was arrested. This happened on Orthodox Christmas, on January 7th, 2023, when the temperature outside wasn't extremely low, but you could still feel the winter chill. Renat and his friends were walking near the highway in the suburb of Sosnovka, located in the Novosibirsk region. The thermometer read about 16 degrees Fahrenheit. This walk was different from all the previous ones. Suddenly, the guys heard a faint squeak coming from a box on the side of the road. The teenagers said it was just a regular cardboard egg carton. Inside, they found a tiny newborn girl wrapped in a thin cloth. The baby was shivering, and next to it was a bottle of frozen formula. One of the friends immediately called his parents, who quickly arrived at the scene and took the box with the baby to the nearest hospital. While the girl was under the care of the doctors, she slept peacefully and was well fed. The doctors confirmed that her health was fine, and there were no abnormalities found. This case can truly be considered a real Christmas miracle. The police immediately launched an investigation into the attempted murder of the newborn. However, the information about who left the baby out in the cold remains unknown, just like the information about her relatives. Today, there's no need to worry about the girl's fate anymore. The Commissioner for Children's Rights in the Novosibirsk region, Nadezhda Boltenko, confirmed that the found baby and her new parents are doing wonderfully, and the living conditions fully meet the standards. The girl was named Sophia, which means wisdom in Greek. Thinking about these cases, you are amazed at what goes on in your head. Such bad parents who behave sadistically towards their children and do not think about them at all. I hope that the punishment they deserve will teach them to be more sensitive and kind towards their children. And now, friends, I want to make you a very interesting offer. You have a unique opportunity to become a part of our team. If you have video editing skills, you can voice videos in Russian, English, and other languages. Or you can write interesting scripts. We would be happy to work with you. Message our Telegram bot. The link is in the description. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.